Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Our guest of honor, Mufti Muhammad Mustafa Raza, other distinguished invitees of my left, friends, relations, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the invitation to speak a few words today. Though I was rather surprised when I saw my name on the invitation, and when I asked Brother Zafir, he was very casual, and he said, I want you to speak about the Shadriya Tariqa, which my father had written long ago. Marhum, I agreed because I had no other choice. Marhum Abdulla Ismail has compiled a comprehensive book covering many aspects of Islam. It is a collection of Islamic literature preserved over several decades. And among the reasons he states for producing the book is for the benefit of coming generations and to safeguard the precious collection from the fatal certainty of extinction. The book begins with the advent of Islam to Sri Lanka, about which he says many are not aware of, and he goes into the roots and origin of the advent. Although brief, it is a useful article with information many may not be aware of. He then goes on to cover many Islamic topics where he has gathered a large amount of relevant information. Speaking on the Shazaliya Tariqa, the contribution of the order with other orders in rejuvenating a spiritual awakening in the contemporary world is quite exemplary. The services provided through the Tariqa to the Muslim community in Sri Lanka and the efforts made in promoting religious education has left a long impact on the Muslims of the country to this day. Philanthropists of the order established zawiyas and Arabic colleges which provided regular moral and spiritual training which greatly contributed in maintaining the unity and solidarity of the community. The history and multifaceted aspects of the Tariqa, which every follower should know, has been well documented in the book. I am sure it will go a long way in educating Shazaliya disciples and the community of the Tariqa and its spiritual and meditational practices. In a chapter on the Sufi pathway of Shazali, Marhum Abdullah Ismail deals in detail the life history of the founder, Imam Abul Hasan alias Shazali. The rigorous life spent in the mountains, the long period of retreat in Tunisia, the spiritual practice of fasting, the many stories and miracles about him, and the jihad he participated when he was 55 years and partially blind when Egypt was invaded by the Crusaders. Importantly, he refers to the rules of conduct in the school of Shazaliya, the first being the rule of confident belief or zikr. Through this, he brought in detail the subject of halara, a form of collective zikr practiced by the Shazaliya followers. The younger generation and some older may not be aware of the significance of the sounds and movements of the halara. Abdullah Ismail, being an ardent follower of the Tariqa and knowing the sanctity of the halara, has described in detail the origin of the halara, the manner in which it is performed, why they sit in circular areas, and the significance of the terms used. This type of information is not freely available and hence a useful read to all followers. Imam Abul Hasan Ashaduli was a great scholar and thinker who traveled through the length and breadth of the Arab world, lecturing on metaphysical science, theology, hadith, jurisprudence, and other subjects. When a murid once asked him why he would not put down his teachings into writing, he merely answered and assured that his students and followers were his books. And it could truly be said that from the time of Imam Shadili to date, many of the great followers, philosophers, and persons with spiritual wisdom were from the Shaziliya Tariqa, and Abdullah Ismail has referred to many of them. He has also referred to two recitals very often heard in mosques, zawiyas, and houses in Sri Lanka. The first is the Burda, name of a poem by al-Busiri, who composed it when he was cured instantaneously of a paralytic stroke after he saw the Prophet ﷺ in a dream. The reason for the composition, he said in his own words, by which I seek pardon for the sins of a lifetime. This poem is recited throughout the world and is much used in many mosques, zawiyas, and houses, particularly in cases of sickness, to avert evil and to secure blessings. The second is the Hizbul Bahar. It is reported that just before he passed away, Imam Shaduli assembled his companions and gave his final instruction. He enjoined upon them the Hizbul Bahar, say the litany of the sea, saying to them, teach it to your children, for in it is the greatest name of Allah. Today, there are 40 or more major tariqas and hundreds of branches throughout the world. The Shaziliya Tariqa is spread throughout the world with many branches. One of the prominent branches is the Fasiyatul Shaziliya, with followers mostly in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and Indonesia. This order was inaugurated in Mecca by Sheikh Muhammad Al-Fasi. Abdullah Ismail was closely associated with the Al-Fasi family, and the book describes details of the family, their visits to Sri Lanka, and stories and miracles about them. In conclusion, I must say the book is a gateway to the followers of the Shaziliya Tariqa in particular and to the community in general, and is an example to all other tariqas to present such informative books. We thank and greatly appreciate the enthusiasm and efforts taken by brothers ofA, Ismail, and members of Marhum Abdul Ismail family to complete this task for the benefit of the community and in memory of Marhum Abdul Ismail. May his soul rest in peace and give Jannat al-Firdaus. Assalamu alaikum.